Welcome to State Scoop TV. I'm Jake Williams. With me now is Calvin Rhodes. He's the Chief Information Officer for the state of Georgia. Calvin, thanks for being with us.
Hey, my pleasure.
So Calvin, we're at the NASCIO Midyear Conference here in Crystal City, Virginia. Let's talk about reimagining your business. How are you trying to reimagine the way that your state does business digitally?
You know, I think most people, the consumer of our services, are bringing what they want from state government with them. And I think state government is challenged to try to keep up with that pace. We certainly all know how we interact with our banks now and just the various things we do online. And we need state government to be serving people at that same level.
Absolutely. And what steps are you taking to connect your team digitally, regardless of the device?
Honestly, we're trying to work with our state agencies. As you know, we're a federated state, so everyone's doing things a little differently from each other, but we're trying to provide the enterprise view. Let's try to move across as we make decisions. Let's leverage tools and techniques that we can all use across the enterprise. So our role is really trying to provide that leadership and also be concerned about some of the areas from cybersecurity to privacy and those things that sometimes the business won't think about first off, and so that's the role that we're playing.
And so we hear a lot in this space, and we talk a lot about cybersecurity, and Governor McAuliffe just finished his remarks about cyber. How are you including cybersecurity in your discussion on how to make your digital workforce more efficient?
Well, if I could, let me talk a little bit about a governor's initiative that he announced in January, which is for the state to create a cyber innovation and training center. And so it's a few different focuses of that center. What's interesting about it is it's a $50 million investment done in the amended budget, all cash, so that we can get moving quickly. We're partnering with the city of Augusta that's putting in another $12 million, so it's a $62 million effort, and we've got several different areas that we're focused on. The first one is workforce development. We've got some significant federal partners in that area of Augusta where the new Cyber Command is coming, so they need a workforce that can meet their needs, and so the state wants to be a very good partner there. And so we're teaming up with both the university system and the technical college system to try to produce more quality individuals coming out of those programs and doing it in a coordinated way. We've got a research and development component, so we're working with Georgia Tech and Augusta University to try to meet the needs of the Army Cyber Command and the National Security Agency and some of their needs that they have within the functions they're trying to. And the university systems play an important role there for most military installations. This one's no different, other than we're wanting to do that more local, to have a presence where that relationship can be built and that we can be partners helping them achieve their mission. The state's never had a cyber crime unit, so that's being stood up inside of this unit, and so that directly impacts citizens in more than just a cyber way. You know, we all have digital footprints, and so if the local law enforcement's investigating a homicide, we want to be able to bring those tools to the table that can help them solve those type of crimes that really impact people's lives. And so to do that through a coordinated effort across these different areas. The other component I haven't mentioned is incubator startup area for, again, cyber-focused businesses, and so that's areas that we're focused on. And our agency's position in this is to get 167,000 square foot facility built with these 5 programs stood up and operating within it. We're trying to coordinate all the different agencies that will be involved in providing those services. And we have an opening date, July 10, 2018, so all this needs to happen in the next 16 months.
Yeah.
So, and that's important because that's the same time period that the new Cyber Command opens on Fort Gordon. So just trying to be a good partner, trying to keep Georgia #1 and the place to do business in the country.
So it's cool to see how things have developed since the creation of the task force, which you chaired on cybersecurity, now to the creation of this Cybersecurity Center. That's really exciting.
It is, and again, that was a partnership between the Georgia National Guard, who are, again, significant players in what we're doing with the secure space and all that will be in the center. Our Department of Administrative Services, again, that task force has led to the state acquiring cyber insurance. We'll have the largest amount of coverage of any state in the country. And again, just a number of partners there that we've interacted with, our emergency management group, where we now have processes in place so that we can distinguish when is something more state government focus that we need to respond to, which is our responsibility, versus if something's larger and is actually affecting the entire community, how either emergency management supporting what we're doing if it's more government focused, or we're supporting what they're doing if it's more citizen community focused.
Wow.
And so that's pretty exciting as the groups have come together to try to work on a pretty significant area of concern for any state. And the fact that we just have the right people at the table that, again, we're all supporting each other and trying to get this important work done. That's
really cool. And so switching gears a little bit, what are you guys doing from a network perspective to keep your employees connected, secure, and productive?
I would say that probably where Georgia's a little different than most other states is 3 or 4 of us who have embraced the Public-Private Partnership, where we are purchasing our network equipment and team as a service. So we're not looking to invest capital expenditures every so many years. We pay a set amount every month, and our service providers keep all that equipment fresh. So depending on the life expectancy of a component, if it's a firewall or a switch, if it's got a 60-month normal life span to be at peak performance, then that gets automatically refreshed out. And that also allows us to bring in new technologies much more easily, and again, try to make sure, the key thing is protecting the citizens' information and their privacy.
Yeah.
And so that partnership is really how I think the state, and as I say, a few other states have decided to move and realize that we can't be experts on everything, and so we need to bring the world-class organizations to the table to work with us.
Sure, that's great. So last question, what does your vision look like for the way that your team's going to operate and deliver services to constituents going forward?
I think it's pretty much going to be mapped around the fact that we're delivering services. Our job is to work with agencies to meet their business needs, the missions of the agency. Almost every one of those are unique and different, and so one size does not fit all, but as we take our enterprise view, we're trying to identify the areas where we can leverage and be more efficient with the dollars that we're spending. They're taxpayer dollars. We realize that. We want to make sure that we're providing the greatest value that we can. At the same time, meeting the need. Quite often, state government's not looking to be bleeding edge, but we do want to embrace the new technologies to provide value. And I think the partnerships that we have with the different agencies and the different service providers that bring those services to the state is extremely important. So we're the connecting point quite often for them to connect to the right people within the agencies to get things done.
That's great. Calvin, thanks for being with us today. I appreciate your thoughts.
Our pleasure.
For more on what Calvin's doing in the great state of Georgia, check out statescoop.com and subscribe to the Daily Scoop newsletter. Again, Calvin Rhodes, CIO of Georgia. I'm Jake Williams, State Scoop's Manager of Strategic Initiatives. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, Jake.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.